Hey there, it's louisbertson from Total.js Africa, here to help you grow your business and scale your revenue with the Total.js platform. If you are finding value in my videos, make sure you give them thumbs up and check all the links and resources mentioned in the description. Let's jump into it. This application is a CRUD REST API. Create, read, update, remove, list and search for some tutorials within a Postgre database. In the last video, we went through these steps to create our component for creating a link our database. If you double click on this component, you see this connection string. For this first step, we need a route for getting a request from external clients. If I double click on it, I can put it to post and API slash tutorials. Okay, and then I save. Here we keep it on everything because we need it so. Okay, now we move to create an action. The action is very important because when we want to create an application, receiving data from external services requires data validation, and this action is going to give us this feature. Let us first give a name to our action. Make sure you give a unique name to our action. Okay, I will change the color to blue. And now in this payload schema, we need to put the data we need to validate. Okay, if you want to learn more about the component, okay, click on this icon. It is the readme panel that is showing you how things are working. Okay, everything is here. Our fields are very simple. We just need a title, which is a string, and description, which is also a string. Click on save, and we can test it with a client. See it, we can try to print it from here, and then we click. As you can see, we have the request and the body, title and description, but we didn't get a good response from here. Normally we should expect a response component here to give a response to our request. Now if I try again, as you can see, we have a success response. Right, great. But we don't need to put response here because our action is able to automatically respond to actions, to requests. As if you check this button and save, we try again, we see that we don't need an extra component for responding to request. This is great, right? Now you can click on this script button to see how to handle the data you received. As you can see here, you have a property called model. In this model, we have the data of our payload. What we need to do is to take that model and insert it into database. How we do that? We need query builder. If you don't know about query builder, please refer to my last video or simply go to the documentation of Total.js to click on Total.js v4 and scroll into the up to the section of globals, framework globals, and you check it here. Let's get back to our application. We need to insert. First thing we need to do is to check if there is any error. Otherwise it means we don't have error, so we send success back to the client. Alright, if we save, normally it should work. Yes, we are trying to handle errors, right? So let us drag and drop some print component here to monitor our error output to see if we will have some. Ready for trying? Let's go. If we try, as you can see, there is an error, which is not very interesting. This error is saying what? It says colon ID of relation table tutorials violates not null constraint. Yes, it's because we didn't put any ID, unique identifier, our model, right? Let's do that. Okay, and it's done. Now it should be working. So I try. As you can see, we have a success response back to our request. Great. Let us check if we have a new record in our database. To refresh, I click on it. It's refreshing. As you can see, we have a new record. Great. The next thing to do is to try to read from database. For all, we need to check it as then. For reading data in database, we don't need too much things. Okay. Sorry, I removed this. This was an example for testing. Now, we can clone this component because it's gonna be almost the same. Clone this one too, and that's all we need. As I said in the previous step, we don't need extra response component for responding to our requests. What we need is only route and action component. Okay, now if I double click on it, I can change it into get, and here, since we are reading, we need an ID of the document or the record we want to read. Okay, and we save it. Now here we double click and we give a unique name to our component, our action. It is read, and yes, it can be yellow. We don't need payload anymore, but yes, we need to validate the param. Let us save it. Let us test it. Let's get back to database and take the ID of this record and see if we are able to read it from external request. Let us take it to get again, and from now it should work. It is saying true, but this is not what we expected. Let us update our script. Okay, now we don't need this. We just need to access the ID from the parameters, dynamic parameters, and then try to read that document from database. How we do that? We simply say var id is going to be $.params.id. Okay, now sorry, we can precisely say the fields we need to read. These fields will be id, title, and description. We don't need the search column for now. And then we need to put the id condition because we need to read a specific document record from database. Okay, and in case we don't see anything, we can put this called error code, and same thing, we try to handle the request to see if there is any error. If any error existing, we'll respond with error, otherwise send success. Great. Success method must return the response from database, the record we got from database. Now if I save, it should work. No, I forgot to put this method to read. Okay, it's very important, keep it in mind. I save and I close this panel. If I try again, it should work. As you can see, we're able to read this data from database. Great. We can check it as done and move to the next. Okay, sorry, this is it should be lowercase ix. Last thing we need to do is to create update workflow for updating our record. What we need to update specifically is this column. It is null, right? We need to fill it with title and description. Of course, we need to give a special format to it so that we can insert it in database. So let us do that. Okay, here we need to update it into put so that we can take a partial data from the request body. Now here we need to change the action name to update. We need to keep the title, which is a string, and the description, the string too. We still need the ID because we can't update all the elements. We want to update a specific record from the database. I apply and create the connections link between the components. Now we need to update the script. Here we don't need a special. We need to return the response. It is not necessary. After we did that, we don't need to filter the fields. We need to keep the ID because we need it too much. Okay, but this method, the function here, is not to read but update, and of course we need to put the item here. In case we don't find the record, it is going to return not found error. Now I can expect it to work. Let us apply and test it. Here don't forget to put method. Okay, and keep the ID of our record and click on send. As you can see, we have a success response, but we have to check if the search is now filled up. As you can see, it is working, but something is bizarre, like the name is not working. Oh yes, I shouldn't say name, I should only put title. Yes, let me fix that. Now we can mark it as done and try to remove some tutorial from database. This is very important. If there are some tutorials we don't need, we can remove them. For selecting multiple components, we can click here and click here and click on clone. This is going to clone both the components and you can move them together like that. Great. The combination I did was very simple. You click, you hold the shift key and you select them. You can still hold to unselect too. Good. Now I can easily do that by updating it to delete, and here I need to update it to delete too. I don't need that, just need the ID, and it is okay. In this script I need to put delete, and here yes, it's okay. I don't need this item anymore. Let me get rid of it, and it should work. Ah, don't forget, it is not delete but remove. The function name is remove. Okay, we don't need this payload, which is not existing anyway. We save it like that and it should work. Let me create the link between the components, save and test. Don't forget to update here to delete and click on this delete method should be right. Okay, yes. And this I can put this, let's say orange. Now if I try like this, as you can see there is success. What we need to do is to create more and more data because we need to list them, right? So let us first, okay, check it as there. Then the next step is list, and for the list we don't need extra things. Clone, okay, simple update to get tutorials, everything, and apply. Here need to get rid of this payload, don't need them, and in the script at least we can say we need the fields. Okay, and in this success we need to return the response. Update the script, like find the fields, and at any success response return this response. Okay, let us test if it is going to work. Okay, don't forget to put the get and update this one. If we send, as you can see, we have only one record. Now we can try to create more and more tutorials. Okay, Total.js, LessCode, and then we have Total.js super admin. I save. Yes, code editor. You have Total.js, CMS. So open files, save them, decide to list them. It should be easy. As you can see, I am able to list them. Click to edit. For the search, we are just going to update this route and enable the search component, the search functionality. Okay, if we double click on it, we can see we have query argument schema. Now what we need to do is to add search, but it shouldn't be required because we don't want to. We want to still be able to list. Okay, there is no data type that is called search. We are going to just use the string one and save. Okay, but we need to update our script, and yes, we do that like this. And now we can close. How do we try it? I can simply say search like it is here, search equal to code like this, and send. I shouldn't put model here. I should just simply put search. This is the first thing. Okay, now if I close and try it again, now it is working. It is working, but why it is not working fine? Let me get back to database. Okay, I can select all the rows and delete them. Okay, now we need to put model dot search equal to. Now if we let me use the post method and send success. Total.js code success. Total.js super admin and then success. Total.js CMS and don't forgetting Total.js flow. Now it's okay. If we get back to this one, if we change to get and keep the search for code, as you can see, we're able to filter and retrieve simply code. If we say something like totaljs, say like that, it's going to list everything. Great. So I can mark this step as done to. Okay, that was the video about how to create a simple API using Total.js LessCode. See you next. Thank you.